Hello, good morning to all. As a part of the CLT Center for Learning and Teaching, the new methodology we are implementing, we are the first institution to implement the design thinking concept, and we are practicing in all over the world. And as the good leadership quality, so we are spread these design thinking concepts into all the schools, institution, and company and all. So definitely we are the pioneers in the leading education industries. Okay, as a part of this all the concepts, so we are going to see about the our course 19 CSE 315 UI and US design. So in that first unit, UI design fundamentals, so VIMM model. So anyone guess, so what is the stands for VIMM? So V for visual, so I for intellectual, M for memory, and another one M for model. So let us elaborately see one by one. Okay, so here we have clearly mentioned about all the VIMM model concepts is that. So in that, so what is visual, what is intellectual, and memory and motor is that. So it is a easy and effective way of executive this all the principle for designing the good interfaces. So that is the reason, so we are implementing this. So there are a number of UI design principles that help you to make not only a good but also an effective user interface. So but keeping all these principles in mind while creating a design as so lengthy as user interface can be difficult and result in disaster. So the VIMM model is an easy and effective way of executing these principles. So it stands for visual, intellectual, memory, and motor. So let's explore it further. So visual is that optimize visual compression by so matching screening flow to task flow. So carefully we can use the color. So intellectual is the simply decision making, and then memory is that minimize the memory load. So minimize the movement or interaction by that. So let us explore it further. So first we go for visual load. So in that visual load is that, so visual load is usually caused by too much content on page, so copy or image, so messy page, layout to bad alignment, use of clashing color, and too many unnecessary CTA, so call to action button. So in that, so we should follow, so these three lines is important. So creating a well-designed grid for alignments and formats, so getting rid of all the unwanted elements, so consciously choosing colors. So these are very important for visual load. So next we go for the intellectual load. So intellectual load can occur due to confusing navigation titles, overly complex process, and unclear instruction due to poor copywriting. So give them previews, avoid using jargons, provide constant and clearly navigational feedback. So intellectual load is that how the user so we can check and we can ensure that we should do the empathy part of that customer. So what the customers are expecting, so what is the requirement, so these things we should consider about in that. Next we go for that memory load. So what is that memory load is that, so memory load can be created in your design, so by usernames and password, keeping important function hidden behind bars and buttons among other things. These affects your design to load slowly and nobody likes that. So provide default save option, keep your option visible. So here is that, so while we are designing the user interface, so we should care about the memory storage. So because of that, too much of memory storage, it takes much time to load and store the data. So we are reduced into only less memory, so it takes slower time to execute the same. Okay, so next one is that motor load. So what that motor load is that, so the name indicated that we do not provide or we do not apply much more motor load for that. So motor load refers to asking the user to take too much physical efforts to accomplish something. It can be anything from excessive typing or clicking hardware switches, excessive scrolling, displaying hard to hit target buttons to unnecessary large distance between two elements. So simplifying your task flows as much as possible, designing short distance and large targets, allowing the common keyboard to function, making the best value of input devices. Okay, so next one, assessment is it. What is the VAM stands for? So visual, intellectual, memory and motor. So what is the good and bad design? So you can take it as the assignment. And what are the four principles while designing these things? So these are the references I have used for that. So thank you for opportunity. Thank you.